At some point you decide, you come to some epiphany that this is me, this is what I wanna do.
Though we may be strangers, our feelings the same on this fire escape. Does this art live through you? Do you see me looking through you?
You go to these museums, you read these books, and you see nothing black. So I want to make sure that I leave a legacy of blackness.
Black is not just the roaring engines of white Cadillacs, the glimmer of shimmering rims or the boom bap of rap tracks.
Good evening and welcome to the Buffalo Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated's celebration of the arts. My name is Sarah Pearson Collins and I am going to be your host this evening. Art is a feeling. Art is an expression. It's everything beautiful that can't be put into words. Art is you, art is me. Art is my hair, it's the way I dress. It can be the way I move. Art is in my DNA, and I believe it transcends time. This evening we are going to experience a number of art forms. First, we are going to sit down with award-winning, world-renowned, and Buffalo's own Leroy Johnson. Next, we are going to march with Michael Fry. We are going to snap it up with Panther and Wordsmith. We are going to dance with Javiz Thomas. And finally, we are going to flow with Akani, Faraji, and Zai. Please enjoy.
Well, I've been drawing and something in art since I was about 5. I've always drawn figures like most kids, but I was more interested in taking it to another level. I spent a lot of time sketching when I was young, and then sketching turned into painting at about 10 years old, and I went to high school for 1 year for commercial art and industrial design. Didn't work out, but it gave me a lot of structure in art. I didn't think that I really wanted to do that, but I continued painting, continued drawing, and went off to college. And once I got into college, I was still painting. In fact, I painted my entire house and the inside, all the rooms. I did murals in all the rooms. I love just about all art that there is, no matter what level it is, because it's there. It's somebody's spirit that's really on canvas, and you're really looking at their spirit.
Tungsten lights, the Harlem nights and rooms the moon can't consume. Soon after the street lights spark, darkness sets the scene with an amber hue. Accompaniment to my view is you, framed in a way, the vision clear, volume on mute. Your skin is familiar, arms long, dragging your body across canvas as if performing a poem. I see you're strong, your palette is palatable, tints of red, brown, and blues, all colors I know, colors that show our window pane. Though we may be strangers, our feelings the same on this fire escape. Does this art live through you? Do you see me looking through you? When those horns blow, do you sway like I do? I know you're new here, but this block is aching to the tune of jazz crooners living life so true that even frames of hardship relate and amuse. Calloused hands locked in hopes for forever. Smiles balloon, tethered to lips consumed in this duet of piano and sax flowing. Maple fingers floating over keys, molding the melody of ebony. Beautiful moments captured by our pedigree. Listen to what's meant to be seen. This tear of blackness is no longer obscene, so now they flock to see our teeth gleam in the optic white spotlight on nights like this. where the poetry flows like the flick of a painter's wrist, and all scats feel like a true love's kiss. In this place nestled far from home, Harlem has birthed the new Negro, and I get to see it all from my window. No need for Vogue, my skin folks, the inspo. It's a beautiful feeling, y'all.
It's opportunity, preparation, and luck. You know, all that comes together sometimes. And then you have to have a willingness to travel. So, I mean, one of the things I've done is I've had that willingness to go. Spent a lot of time in Toronto, in New York, and you have to have enough confidence in your work to show. In spite of, you go to a show and some of these big name guys, so-called, are there. You can't be intimidated because everybody's work is different, and everybody's work speaks to a different person, And yeah, they might be great, but if your work is who you are and you believe in it, it's gonna tell people that this is some great work also. So I'm in contact with people, artists from all over the world, and I see some great stuff, and I'm like awed by it, to be honest with you. And to have those people say, I want to be involved with you, it's a great thing. It's really that's the statement. That is the statement. I was told, somebody will tell you, I don't like that. And I said, well, we're lucky that there's 6 billion people out there, and there's going to be 6 billion different opinions about work. And all the work that I have not liked of my own, those are the works that people want to buy. And I'm like, well, and then when I sell it and I see it in their place, I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I sell that piece to this person? It's a great piece, but that's how art is. Well, let me just say this, that the racial tensions have always influenced my art. You feel a heightened sense now of racism and more separatism than even in the 60s and 70s. But I've always painted about that. I've always painted about slavery and about persecution and about the experiences that black folks have. So in terms of what I'm doing, I don't think it's any different. I think that the experiences are catching up with the painting.
Where is she? Come on back, peaceful. Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom. Would you like to pick a new name? to mark your freedom.
Paradigm.
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad.
And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Shine stars fit up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are
Recently with the George Floyd, Kalma, and his hands are bloody. The policemen there don't really care. They've done everything. They've put dogs on us. They've hung us. They shine helicopter lights all over, and they shoot you and then just stand there and talk and laugh. All in the face of the American flag, and you see that everybody's got their cell phones out, but it really still doesn't matter. They're still going to do this over and over and over again until something changes. And his eyes are pointed up towards heaven.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry 'em. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the pad. Yeah, I'm so cold like yeah. I'm so dull like yeah. We gon' blow like yeah. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Yeah, yeah. Don't catch you slipping up. Hey, don't catch you slipping up. Look what I'm whipping up. Look how I'm geeking up. Hey, I'm so pretty. I'm on Gucci. I'm so pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna get it. Ooh. This is Sally. That's a tool. Yeah. On my Kodak. Black. Ooh, know that. Yeah. Ooh, get it. Yeah. Ooh, get it. 100 bands, 100 bands, 100 bands. Contraband, contraband, contraband. I got the plug on who a hawker. Whoa. They gonna find you like America.
I just checked my follow and listen. You motherfuckers owe me.
Get your money, black man. Black man. 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 Get down.
So this is historical, and you wanted to talk about do I paint anything that goes on? I mean, whatever comes, and this is what came. You know, the chokehold has been going on for decades. You know, the original chokehold was just the hanging, but they found a way to choke people. I mean, they're trained to choke people, and now they tell you not to use it, but they train you how to do it.
What is the significance of that?
Well, I mean, we're many people, you know, and, you know, we have, this side is art, this side is law, this side is anger, this side is, you know, love, and in many paintings I do the split faces, but they're different colors. And they're called colored people. And not colored people because of what we used to be called, but colored people because we're all made of different colors.
Black is not just the roaring engines of white Cadillacs, the glimmer of shimmering rims or the boom bap of rap tracks. Not just hardwood classics, hard fouls, and the harmonious sound of snapping baskets, swishing hoops and alley-oops. Not simply lofty lobs, bullet passes, flashy one-handed catches, you got mossed, and Monday Night Football magic. It's the Barry Sanders disappearing act. It's Barry Bonds up at bat making us wonder where the ball is at. It's the crack of static as you put the vinyl on its back, and it's the skill it takes to scratch it. Black as bells ringing as Tyson makes another body hit the mat. It's Beethoven's composing, Bill Withers' baritone, Ray Charles, Lady Day, PYT, Billie Jean, and the way you make me feel, and why you wanna trip on me, it's wishing I could have seen Mike Jack make white folks clap while walking backwards. It's whole catalogs without a single bad song. It's hoping the Secret Service was strapped Inauguration Day 2008. It's scandals around middle names and birthplaces. Black is also Denzel in Training Day. It's all you mother, and how you can speak my language. It's shorthand for long conversations. It's family reunions and hidden histories. It's you was just this big, and it's the larceny of Henrietta Lacks. But it's the endless victories, because blackness is invincibility.
Take our name, they take all of these things from us and instill, like, there's things inside of us that you just cannot take. And then for it to come out.
I think the problem today is that they have never accepted black culture except for when the blacks ruled Europe, when the Moors ruled Europe. They accepted it. They did not have a problem with the fact that blacks were on an equal footing with whites. However, the payback was 1492 when they pushed the Moors out of Spain and pushed the Moors out of Europe, and they had occupied Europe for 700 years. And now they have changed people into an economic base to make countries riches. And that's what slavery really is all about. It's about subjecting a person economically for your benefit. It's not about really, the conversation is about race, but the real motive behind it is economics. Because blacks not only built Europe, but United States and South America, and you know this because it's based on free labor. And we're using that same free labor over in Asia and in Africa now. Mexico, you go there and you get cheap labor is free labor. You know, I mean, basically that's what it is. Because they get you on the back end, you know, they pay you $1 a day and then charge you $1.50 a day to live. So you're actually basically still enslaved. And they still give you the imagery that they are superior, which things are changing now, or that we're trying to change. And that's the great thing about George Floyd is that all the past people have tried to bring the conversation to the table, but George Floyd brought it to the table worldwide because people felt his pain. They felt his pain in every country in the world. Russia, you got white folks, Chinese folks, African, everybody came to the table and said enough is enough. So you start seeing, you have to address when people throughout the world are raising the same question. And enough is enough. So he's done something that's very powerful, and those powerful words of, I break it into two sections that he said. The first section is he called Ma, and everybody understands. Ma, I'm in pain. And the other one is I can't breathe. So those were some very powerful statements from him. Unfortunately, he had to die the way he did, through callousness and cold. But the whole world understood. He did something, he died for a cause. And you don't look at his past or anything, you just look at what he was, what he's done. So that is, I can say that has influenced art also, because it's made the museums look at the supremacy that they've been asserting for years. Look at the magazines now. On every cover, there's a black person. On every cover, you have a black vice president. You already had a black president. We didn't get a whole lot out of that, but you know, I mean, now we got covers of everything. They're going for blacks in everything, and they're making changes in a lot of things. Hopefully, it'll continue. It is not just something for the moment, but it's very powerful in my field, because now I went to the Venice Biennale, which is the largest art show in the world, and 50% of the focus was black. And that's a powerful statement from the Biennale, which is the largest art show in the world. It's a powerful statement.
Watch what them I do, I'm free with them I say. Smiling on my face, just a big disgrace. God damn, I try take me out of the race, but them can't take we out of the race.
Cause I got the bag, I'ma tell you why you mad. I created everything you ever had. I should be mad, cause my money really still don't add. Cause every time I speak it's gold, and every move I make is sold. And every time I think, every time I blink, every time I breathe, conceive is stole. And you just a fad, fade like fake memories. I get why you mad, deep down you wanna be me. Dissect me literally, deflect and blame it on me. You know you studying me, stop it, that's ugly. And you gotta know the stuff that you doing, that ain't really human. Got my body in a jar for viewing, on my neck feeling skin that's evil doing. And you stay trying to pull me down, cause you knew all along what I had. Let's be honest, you're mad, cause I got the bag. I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the bag, yeah, I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the bag, yeah, I got the bag. Cause I got the bag, I got the bag. How you feel about yourself is directly connected to how you respond. And if generation after generation have been lied to and called animals, how you expect them to react? But I'm a direct descendant of I am, created in his image. In the grand scheme of things, slavery is just a small blemish. The impact I'm not trying to diminish, cause I've always ruled from the beginning and I'm gonna finish. You tried to hide I am for me and me for myself, and now you on your last leg and I'm like, yo, what else? You done lied about who I was, you done changed my name, you done changed the region so I wouldn't go back and reclaim. You done wrote me out the books, you done tried to wipe me out. How I'm still here, you still trying to figure that out. 400 times up, your rule has come to an end, but I'm godly, that's why I ain't come for you. But you should probably wanna be my friend, cause I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the bag, yeah, I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the bag, yeah, I got the bag. I got the bag, yeah, I got the bag.
And I was at the place where I was supposed to be because here it is, all here. And that was my epiphany right there. So I internalized that and continue to keep that imagery in most of my paintings, the structures along in Brazil, the mountains on the side, the ocean, the sky, which I've always painted before. Just I didn't know where it came from, but it came from internally. And then when I got there, there it was. So that was an epiphany. Great friends, Abajias Nascimento, we talked about it, and he said, you know, all that is within your soul, but it's your ancestry coming out. And I found so many connections with my ancestral heritage, which I know nothing about, but the imagery, the colors, and that all reflect my ancestry, which somehow genetically it's passed on through your genes, and it comes out of your soul and onto the canvas.
That's amazing. Okay, so you are a lawyer and an artist. Does that ever intersect at all? How is it?
Well, the law and the art for me is intersected in the courtroom because I represent artists, and some of my clients have had their copyrights infringed upon, and some of them are just downright being scammed out of art. And I kind of take that personally because I'm an artist. So that's an intersection there. I very seldom paint anything subject matter about law specifically, but I do paint about how laws affect people, and that is through paintings on slavery or paintings on injustice, that sort of thing. But the intersection is kind of questionable there. But one thing that painting does for me, and looking at various people, for instance, Picasso and Basquiat and Chagall and Van Gogh, and a lot of people out there, they give you a certain freedom, and that freedom of expression that you get in art, that you should have that same freedom in law, and it makes you challenge things, because someone who's doing something and it's not accepted yet, it will be accepted, just like the civil rights movement. It hasn't totally been accepted, but as it is accepted, it benefits everyone.
My skin is a reflection of my people. Bright and shiny like gold, my complexion is lethal, but it can never match up to your caliber of evil. So much so, I'd rather share a bank account with someone who shares needles, and I know this from experience. I've been ducking 12 since before I could spell innocent. It's serious when you can't even check the clock on your phone, cause you might get met with a Glock to your dome, cause a bigot with a bad story, he might not come home. You see, I think something is wrong as I stare at the reflection of a piece of cool steel inside hands that are now clammy. I wait for the 49 warning shots in my back, but I think about how my trial won't be treated fairly, and that's when I decided that all black people deserve Grammys and Oscars and Tonys and whatever other award that these pigmentally challenged and colorblind folks value. It's honestly just another glorified statue, but I want you to give credit where it's due. As women, we allowed you to sodomize our men and strip them of their sanity, but turn around and smell bright and pretty as we serve your family as men. We permitted your experimentation as you bred us like dogs and gave our kids nervous conditions as they watched and followed along our footsteps. We gave you knowledge and you destroyed our culture. We even had to deface your God just to maintain some composure and make him ours. While you picked flowers who were pricked by thorns for hours and decades and centuries, and we lived in the belly of the beast that made him comfortable with love. We built America brick by brick, and in return you give us syphilis, HIV, and some impossible ass rent. We passed artistic beauty down to our children, and you duplicated it and refused to give us even one red cent. We gave you rock and roll, except the trenchman was popping, and you tried to exterminate us like natural selection did the dodo bird? The dodo bird, nigga? It says that didn't work. You recruit those in blue to do your dirty work. Now I can't have an attitude. Now I can't be rude. Everything is yes, sir, and no, ma'am, and that's the only way my black life matters. Not when I'm a carefree black girl, because the only thing I get are condolences and flowers. I'm sorry to be a downer, but it's hard to be optimistic. Especially in a land where your enemy's supposed to protect you. Where babies are taught to reject you. And the significance of your life is questionable.
Because this country's changing fast. I mean, you can see it everywhere. It's changing fast. And a minority is trying to hold on to what they had. They're trying to hold on to a thinking that is old and it's passé. It's the 21st century. And some of us are still living in the 15th century. And that's the problem. So if they don't want to come out, and I've told a couple of us that if you don't want to do it willingly and intellectually and that, then we'll drag you out. Mm-hmm. And then I know it won't be you, but your children are saying the same thing I'm saying. Mm-hmm. The children, they don't want to hear all this racist stuff and that, and you can see it because they're marching in the streets. They don't want to hear all of this.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. 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 This is America.